we are going to discuss about shafts connected in parallel subjected to torsion. So now you take this problem. The problem is a brass tube of external diameter 80 millimeter and internal diameter 50 millimeter is closely fitted to a steel rod of 50 mm, right? Uh, Steel rod of 50 mm. A diameter to form a composite shaft. It is a composite shaft. If a torque of 6 kN is to be resisted by this shaft, find the maximum stress developed in each material and angle of twist in 2 meter. Take GS is equal to 80 gigapascal and GB is equal to 40 gigapascal. So this is a given problem. This is a given problem. Now, so the data given are data given. So here there are two shafts. One is hollow shaft, another one is solid shaft. So what is the outer diameter of the hollow shaft? It is 80 millimeter. 80 millimeter. What is the inner diameter of the hollow shaft? It is 50 millimeter. It is 50 millimeter. What is the outer diameter of the solid shaft? It is 50 millimeter. So this 50 millimeter will fit into this hollow shaft. So this is 50 millimeter. So that is D2. This is D2. So outer diameter. This is D1. This is D2. So now outer diameter is equal to 180 millimeters. 80 millimeters. And outer diameter of the solid shaft and inner diameter of the hollow shaft are same. Both are same. That is equal to 50 millimeters. And the torque applied. So this is a torque is applied. A torque is applied. How much it is? Torque is equal to 6 kilonewton meter. 6 kilonewton meter. So convert this into 6 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Then length is equal to angle of twist in 2 meters. Find the maximum stress developed in each material and angle of twist in 2 meters. So L is equal to 2 meter. L is equal to 2 meters. So 2000 millimeters are given. GS is equal to 80 gigapascal. So 80 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. And GB brass is equal to 40 gigapascal. So 40 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. So these are all the data given. So now you need to solve this problem. So it is told that it is connected in parallel. It is connected in parallel. So when two shafts are connected in parallel, when it is subjected to a torque, so how the angular displacement will takes place? It will be takes place like this. So maybe initially it will be like this. When torque is applied, it is like this. So the angle is theta. Angle is theta. The angle theta is common for both solid shaft as well as hollow shaft. Both are rigidly fixed. Both are rigidly fixed. It's a composite shaft. It is a composite shaft. Composite shaft. One cannot deform separately. So when torque is applied, both will be deforming by same amount. Both will be theta will be same. So first condition is theta is equal to theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Another condition, some torque is applied. Some torque is applied. So that will be shared by both. That will be both. So here one is steel, one is copper. So we can take this is theta S and this is brass. This is brass. You can take theta s and theta b. So another condition is torque. So total torque is equal to ts plus tb. Ts plus tb. So now let us find the relation between. We will develop a relation using this. You will develop a relation using this. So here to find the value of theta, what is the equation? Ts, torque applied on steel, length of the steel divided by Js Gs. This is the equation to find theta s. Similarly, we know that both are equal. We know that both are equal. Similarly, to find the angular twist of brass is Tb Lb divided by. So this is a relation. This is a relation. So we don't know Ts and Tb. We don't know. We don't know. Ls and Lb. It is given 2 meters. It is given 2 meters. And Js and Jb, that you have to find. That you have to find. Dimensions are given. You can find. Gs and Gb are given. Are given. Now you form the relation. You form the relation. Ts we don't know into Ls. Ls and Lb are equal. However, let us substitute 2000 millimeters divided by Js. Js is a the brass tube. Brass is a tube. Brass is a hollow, but inside steel is solid. So that is 50 mm diameter. 50 mm diameter. So pi by 4, pi by 32, 50 power 4. 50 power 4. This is the value of Js. Multiplied by Gs. It is 80 into 10 power 3. So this will give the value of angular twist of steel. That is equal to Tb. Tb multiplied by 2000 divided by, this is hollow. The brass is brass tube. This is hollow. So pi by 32. That diameter is 80. Outer diameter is 80 power 4 minus inner diameter is 50. 50 power 4. This is J multiplied by G. Gb. That is equal to 40 into 10 power 3. So now from this you can find a relation between Ts and Tb. Ts and Tb. So now if you calculate the relation between Ts and Tb, Ts is equal to 0.36 times Tb. So this is one relation. This is one relation. What is another relation? When torque is applied, the total torque T is equal to total torque T is equal to Ts plus Tb. So the total torque is shared by steel as well as brass. That is equal to, what is T? T is equal to 6 into 10 power 6. 6 into 10 power 6. What is Ts? Ts is equal to 0.36 times Tb plus Tb plus Tb. From this you can calculate the value of Tb. You can calculate the value of Tb. What is the value of Tb? Tb is equal to 4.4 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. And again the Tb you substitute in this equation. And find the value of Ts. Find the value of Ts. Ts is equal to 1.59 into 10 power 6. 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. So now we calculated Ts and Tb. Ts and Tb. Then what else you got to calculate? Theta, angular twist. You have to calculate the value of angular twist. And maximum stress. You have to find the value of maximum stress. So now we calculate Tb and Ts. How to calculate stress? You calculate stress developed in steel rod. How to calculate Ts divided by Js into R. Let us take Rs. Let us take Rs. That is equal to Ts. How much it is? 1.59 into 10 power 6. 10 power 6 divided by what is the value of Js? It is a solid shaft, 50 mm diameter. So pi by 32 into 50 power 4 multiplied by Rs. That is diameter by 2. Steel rod diameter by 2. This is a value. This is a value. So how much it is? It is Ts is equal to 64, 64.7, 64.7 Newton per millimeter square. Millimeter square. Now let us calculate the value of tau b. Tau b. That is Tb divided by Jb into Rb. That is equal to Tb is equal to how much? 4.4. 4.4 into 10 power minus 10 power 6 divided by what is the value of J? Outer diameter is 80, inner diameter is 50. So pi by 32 into 80 power 4 minus 50 power 4 multiplied by 80 by 2. That will be equal to how much is stress? It is 51.78 Newton per millimeter square. Newton per millimeter square. We calculated stress developed in steel and stress developed in brass. Both we calculated. Then what is another thing? We have to calculate angular twist. Angular twist. We know that angular twist in steel is equal to brass. Then you calculate any one. Then you calculate any one. So theta is equal to either you calculate theta s or theta b. Both are same. If you calculate theta s, that is Ts Ls divided by Js and Gs. That is equal to Ts is equal to how much? It is 1.59. 1.59 into 10 power 6. Ls is equal to 2000. 2000 divided by Js by pi by 32 into 50 power 4 multiplied by Gs 80 into 10 power 3. Then the value will be is 0.065 radians. This is a value of angular twist. This is a value of angular twist. So now this is a. So now what are the things we require? We require shear stress developed in the steel rod and shear stress developed in the copper brass tube and angular twist. So all this value we calculated. So this is when shafts are connected in parallel, composite shaft. Now we discuss one more problem. Another problem on shafts connected in parallel. A bar of length 100 millimeter, 1000 millimeter. A bar of length 1000 millimeter. A bar of length 1000 millimeter and diameter 60 millimeter is centrally bored for 400 millimeter. 400 millimeter. The bore diameter being 30 mm as shown in figure. If the two ends are fixed and subjected to a torque of 2 kilonewton meter, find the maximum stress developed in the two portions. Take G is equal to 80 gigapascal. It is made up of a single material. It is made up of a single material. But here it is given that what are the given data? What are the given data? First, we'll draw the diagram. So here there is a shaft. Here there is a shaft. A shaft is like this. What is the total length? It is equal to 1000 millimeter. 1000, that is 1 meter. 1000 millimeter, right? And diameter is 60 millimeter. Diameter is 60 millimeter. 60 millimeter is centrally bored. Is centrally bored for 400 millimeter. Here there is a hole. Here there is a hole. Here there is a hole. It is centrally bored for how much distance? It is bored for 400 millimeters. 400 millimeters, right? What is the diameter of the bore? Diameter of the bore is 30 millimeter. 30 millimeter, but the total outer diameter is 60. The bore diameter is 30 millimeter. And if the two ends are fixed, this end is fixed, this end is fixed, it is fixed. Similarly, this also fixed, this also, both ends are fixed. Now a torque is applied. A torque is applied. What is a torque? It is 2 kilonewton meter. Where it is applied? 2 kilonewton meter. Where is it? At the junction. At the junction of the two shaft. A 2 kilonewton meter is applied. 2 kilonewton meter is applied. What is the value of G? G is equal to 80 gigapascal. 80 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. So these are all the given data. What you have to find? Find the maximum stress. Find the maximum stress developed in the two portions. Let us take, this is portion 1, this is portion 1, and this is portion 2, because both are having different cross section. Different cross section. So up to this, it is considered a one shaft. This is another shaft. When torque is applied like this, when torque is applied like this, so what will be the theta 1 relation between theta 1 and theta 2? What is the relation between theta 1 and theta 2 when torque is applied? It seems to be shafts connected in series. Shafts connected, but when the load is, both ends are fixed and the load is applied at the center, both will be subjected to same theta. Angular deflection will be same. At this point, this will be twisting about this point. This shaft will be twisting about, because this is fixed. But at this point, both will be twisted by same amount. Both will be twisted by same amount. So theta 1 is equal to theta 2. But this problem looks like series, but it is parallel. So theta 1 is equal to theta 2. And the total torque, T is equal to T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. So this is a relation. By using these two relation, you can solve this problem. You can solve this problem. First, let us take theta 1 by theta 1 is equal to theta 2. The same thing. Theta 1 is equal to theta 2. If theta 1 is equal to theta 2, let us take T1 L1 divided by J1 and G1. That is equal to T2 L2 J2 and G2. So this is a relation. This is a relation. So now substitute the values. T1, what is the value of L1? We are taking, this is L1. So this is 600. Total distance is 1000. This is 400. So this distance will be 600. This distance will be 600. So 600, L1 is 600 millimeter divided by J. So pi by 32. What is the diameter? It is 60. 60 power 4 multiplied by G. G is equal to 80 into 10 power 3. That is equal to T2 multiplied by this shaft 2 is 400 millimeters. 400 millimeters divided by pi by 32 into outer diameter is 60, inner diameter is 30. So 60 power 4 minus 30 power 4. G2 80 into 10 power 3, right? From this, you can find the relation between T1 and T2. You can find the relation between T1 and T2. What is the next step? We know that total T is equal to T1 plus T2. What is the total T? 2 kilonewton meter. True? 2 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. Now we know the relation between T1 and T2 and another relation between T1 and T2. T1 plus T2 is equal to this much. Now you can find the value of T1 and T2. What is the value of T1? T1 is equal to 8.8 into 10 power 5 Newton millimeter. Similarly, T2 is equal to 11.7 into 10 power 5 Newton millimeter. So these are the value of T1 and T2. Now, what you are asked, maximum stress developed in the two portions. Maximum stress developed in the two portions. So now, let us calculate tau 1 and tau 2. What is tau 1? Tau 1 is this one. This is T1 by J1 into R. R is same for both the case. So now substitute the value of T1. T1 is equal to 8.8 multiplied by 10 power 5 divided by J 5 by 32 D power 4. What is the value of D? D is equal to 60. 60 power 4 into D by 2. 60 by 2. So it will give the value tau 1. What is the value of tau 1? Tau 1 is equal to 19.6 Newton per millimeter square. Now you find the value of tau 2. Now you find the value of tau 2. Tau 2 is equal to T2 divided by J2 into R2. Now this is equal to, what is the value of T2? T2 is equal to 11.7 into 10 power 5 divided by 5 by 32. For this, outer diameter is 60. 60 power 4 minus 30 power 4 multiplied by. Always you have to take the outer diameter, that outer radius, that is 60 by 2. So the tau 2 value is equal to 29.4 Newton per millimeter square. You are asked to find the maximum stress. What is maximum stress? Maximum stress is this much. So tau max is equal to 29.4 Newton per millimeter square. If you want to calculate the value of theta, what is theta? How to calculate the value of theta? Theta is equal to theta 1 is equal to theta 2 is equal to theta. So theta you can calculate either from 1 from or 2. If you take 1, that will be T1 L1 divided by J1 G1. What is the value of T1? T1 is equal to 8.8 into 10 power 5. What is the value of L1? 600 divided by, what is the value of J? Pi by 32 into 60 power 4. And what is the value of G? It is 80 into 10 power 3. So this will give the value of theta in radians. Okay. So this is the way you have to solve this problem. So this is about shafts connected in parallel. So when you see, this is shafts connected in, there are two shafts are connected, both ends are fixed, and a target is applied at the middle. See, the same thing drawn in three-dimensional view is drawn. So this is another shaft. Here there is a shaft that top view is drawn. Here another shaft. Here there are two shafts, but here one end is fixed and target is applied the other end. So here there are two shafts. One end is fixed and other end target is applied. So now here you see when deflection takes place. See, this is a axis. This is a axis. When you see the shafts are parallel, when the shafts are series, assume that the deflection takes place in the shaft 1. When you deflection takes place in the shaft 1, when deflection takes place in the shaft 1, so now this point is moved to here. This point is moved to here. Similarly, in the second shaft also, this point will be moved to here. Here, and the deformation of the second part will take after that. After that only, the deformation of the second shaft will takes place. So now when you see from the side view, when you see from the side view, when you see from the side view, if you draw the angular deflection of the first shaft, it is here. So initially the point was here. Initially the point was here. The angular deflection of the first shaft is moved to this point. Moved to this point. Now this will be the angular deflection of the first shaft, theta 1. But second shaft, it is moved to this point. So it is here. So this will be theta 2. This will be theta 2. Now the total deflection will be theta is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. Theta 1 plus theta 2. So that is the first shaft is, when torque is applied, the first shaft is deformed up to this point. Up to this point. That is this point. This is theta 1. So the deformation of the second shaft will start from here only. The deformation of the angular deflection of the second shaft will start from this point only. So finally it is reaching this point. This point. So it is here. So this is theta 2. So in case of the shafts connected in series, theta is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. If you see one end is fixed, other end is applied, torque is applied, first shaft will be subjected to less twisting moment. Second will be subjected to more. Third will be subjected to, again it will be increasing. That is, third will be subjected to theta 1 plus theta 2 plus theta 3. Second will be subjected to theta 1 plus theta. So if you see the individual deformation, that will be theta 2. But the total deformation will be theta 1 plus theta 2. So this will be theta 1. So this is the way you have to see for the shafts connected in series. In case of parallel means this is one shaft, this is another shaft. So one shaft, this is a hollow shaft, this is a solid shaft. Hollow shaft is around the solid shaft, but it is rigidly fixed. One cannot deform individually. So when torque is applied, when you see, you can see from the top, you can see from the top view. See, this is an angular deflection. This is an angular deflection. This is an angular deflection. So both are deformed by same amount. Both are deformed by same amount. So here in this case, theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Theta 1 is equal to theta 2. So in this problem also, here there are two shafts. Here there are two shafts. Both ends are fixed. Both ends are fixed. Now the torque is applied at the center. So let us assume that this is the initial position. This is the initial position. Now it deformed to this point. Now it deformed to this point. This point is B. This is B1. Deformed to this B and B1 are common for shaft 1 and 2. The B and B1 are common for shaft 1 and 2. So now if you see here, this is B1. So this is common for both the shaft. Common for both the shaft. Now it is deformed to this point. Deformed to this point. Now this is a value of theta. This is a value of theta. So this is common for both the shaft. It is common for both the shaft. So then theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Theta 1 is equal to theta 2. So this also parallel only. This also parallel only. Right? Strain energy stored in torsion. We are going to discuss now. Strain energy. In torsion. So in axial load, when a body is subjected to axial load, we have studied what is the load applied is W. If the deformation is delta, then what is the strain energy stored? That is equal to half into W into del. So this can be written in form of stress. When you substitute the value of delta, you will get equation like this. What is the equation? Sigma square divided by 2A multiplied by volume. multiplied by volume. You can use this formula, or in terms of stress, this will be the equation. In case of axial load, we have discussed. For the same thing, if torsion, how to get the equation? So here it is subject to a twisting moment. Angular deflection is theta. Angular deflection is theta. Say this is shaft, initial position, final position. Then this will be theta. This will be theta. So similar to this, if you want to write the strain energy stored, let us take strain energy stored is equal to U. U is equal to what is a half into, in the place of W we have torque. So T, here deflection, here angular deflection, that is theta. That is theta. So in case of torsion, strain energy stored is equal to half into T into theta. This is the equation. The same equation you can find in terms of shear stress. You can, here it is in the terms of tensile stress or compressive stress, axial stress. But here you can derive the equation in terms of shear stress. So for this, we know the equation T by J is equal to tau by R is equal to G theta by L. Here we have T as well as theta. Both you find in terms of shear stress. If you use first two terms, and if you calculate the value of T, what is the value of T? T is equal to tau by R multiplied by J. This is the equation. If you consider the second and third term, third term, you can find the value of theta in terms of tau. So theta is equal to tau by R into L by G. L by G. So this is theta in terms of shear stress. So now you replace T and theta in terms of shear stress. Half into T. T is equal to tau by R multiplied by J multiplied by tau into L. Tau into L divided by R into G. So this is the equation. This is the equation. So now let us substitute tau is there, and we substitute the value of J. Substitute the value of J. Half into, here one tau is there, here one tau is there. Let us take tau square. Let us take tau square. Similarly, here one R is there, here one R is there. R square. That is R square. We can write what is R? R is equal to D by 2. So you can write D by 2 the whole square. D by 2 the whole square. Or we can this whole square multiplied by J. J is equal to pi by pi d power 4 by 32. Then what is left? L and G. L by G. So this is the equation. So now if you take this, I am rewriting this equation. So here you will get 2 square. Here you will get 2 square. Here it is 4. Let us remove the square. So d by 2 the whole square, that is d square by 4. So now if you cancel this d square and d power 4, so here you will get the power of 2. Here you will get the power of 2. So then this will be pi d square. Pi d square. This 4 will go above. So now let us write the 32 into 8 into 4. 8 into 4. Right? This 4 will go top. Now you rewrite the equation. Half into, here we have a tau square. We have a tau square multiplied by, here we have 1 by 4. So the 4 will go here into, here we have, here I am writing this is separately. I am writing this is separately. Pi d square into L. So here we have 8. So this is 1 by 8 into 1 by g into pi d square, this 4, pi d square by 4 into L. So this is the way I am writing this, right? This pi d square by 4 I have taken here and L. So what is this? What is this? This is volume. This is volume. Pi d square by 4 is cross section. That is cross section into length. The length of the shaft, that will be equal to volume. That equal to volume. So now if we cancel this 4, here you will get 2. Here you will get 2. So now the equation will be tau square divided by 2, here 1 2, here g. So 4g. 4g multiplied by volume. Multiplied by volume. So this is the equation for energy stored during torsion in terms of shear stress. You can use this equation also. You can find the value of theta, you can find the value of t and substitute and find. That is one way. Otherwise, general equation is, normally used equation is tau square by 4g into volume. So in case of axial load, the energy stored equation is, in terms of stress, is sigma square by 2 into volume. The equation is alpha into W into del. That is converted like this. Here energy stored is half into T into theta. If you convert this in terms of shear stress, that is tau square divided by 4g into volume. So this is a equation. So now we can solve this problem. We can solve this problem. We need to calculate maximum shear stress and strain energy stored. Strain energy stored. A hollow circular shaft 2 meter long is required to transmit 1000 kilowatt power when running at speed of 300 rpm. If the outer diameter of the shaft is 150 millimeter and inner diameter is 120 millimeter, find the maximum shear stress and strain energy stored in the shaft. Take G is equal to 80 gigapascal. So this is a problem. So now data given. Data given. What are the data given? The length of the shaft is, hollow shaft is, it is a hollow shaft. Length is equal to 2 meters. 2 meters. And the power to be transmitted is 1000 kilowatt. 1000 kilowatt. And it is running at a speed of n is equal to 300 rpm. 300 rpm. And outer diameter, let us take d1. Outer diameter is equal to 150 millimeter. 150 millimeter. D2 inner diameter is equal to 120 millimeters. 120 millimeters. G modulus of rigidity is equal to 80 gigapascal. 80 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Right? Now you need to calculate the maximum shear stress. Maximum shear stress. That is, we know T by J is equal to tau by R. Tau by R. So this equation can be written as tau is equal to T by J multiplied by R. So now J is a function of dimension. Dimensions are given. You can calculate. R also D by 2. D1 by 2. That also you can substitute. Then the value of torque you have to find. How to find the value of torque? We know power is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So from this, torque is equal to P multiplied by 60 divided by 2 pi n. Now power is equal to 1000 kilowatt. 1000 kilowatt. Converted into watt. 1000 into 1000 divided by 2 into pi into n. N is equal to 300 rpm. 300 rpm. So you will get the value of T. So what is the unit? Unit of T. If you substitute power in watt, you will get in Newton meter. Newton meter. You will get the torque in Newton meter. Newton meter. Some value. Right? So the value is, already we have the value, that is 31.8 into 10 power 6. 31.8 into 10 power 6. Here it is Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. We got in Newton meter. So you will get in 10 power 3. 10 power 3 is a Newton meter. If you want to convert it to Newton millimeter, multiplied by 1000. Multiplied by 1000. But here you will get in Newton meter only. Newton meter only. So now we need to calculate the valuation. We need to calculate what? Strain energy stored. Strain energy, sorry, you have to find the shear stress. You have to find the shear stress. So now tau is equal to T. What is the value of T? 31.8 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter into R. What is the value of R? R is equal to D1 by D1 by 2. That is 150 by 2 divided by value of J. J is equal to what? Pi by 32 outer diameter power 4 minus inner diameter power 4. This is now the value of shear stress is equal to 81.4 Newton per millimeter square. Newton per millimeter square. Now you find the energy stored, strain energy stored. That is equal to, you can already we know the shear stress. So you write the equation in terms of shear stress. Tau square divided by 4g multiplied by volume. Multiplied by volume. That is equal to tau is equal to 81.4 square multiplied 4 into g. G is equal to 80 into 10 power 3 Newton per millimeter square. Newton per millimeter square multiplied by volume. Volume is equal to area into length. So pi by 4 d square. So here it is a hollow shaft. So 150 square minus 120 square into L. What is L? 2 meters. So 2000 millimeter. So what will be the energy? Which unit you will get here? We have substituted Newton millimeter. So the energy will be Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. So this you will get in Newton millimeter. If you want to convert into Newton meter, you divide by 1000. Divide by 1000. So that will be 26 point. Otherwise, you will get 26300 Newton millimeter. Newton millimeter. So if you convert this into Newton meter, you will get 26.3 Newton meter. What is Newton meter? That is, you can use joules also. Newton meter or joules. 26.3 joules. That is a strain energy stored. So this is a way you got to solve this problem. So this is a stress value and this is a strain energy stored. You can give in terms of in joules.